This is MrElephant. Welcome to another round of Davis Cup 6. This is MrElephant. Welcome to another. So we have a couple of matches here for you today. We'll play two different matches. One will be Shadow versus Yggdrasil, and the second one will be the Morgan versus Yggdrasil, and the second one will be Yggdrasil, and the second one's going to be Morgan versus Unfair and the second one's going to be Morgan versus Unfair Steel. So let's go ahead and get started here. We've got the first match that's on the screen right now, Shadow and Yggdrasil. I'm going to send a message inside the Discord chat saying that we are streaming, and then we will get started. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first match, Shadow versus Yggdrasil, and which plays team random. So just double checking the settings here. I think we are good. So let's get started. So Shadow building its first mill coming up here. IGG is gathering some sheep. Board goes down. IGG is slightly ahead on the villager population. Mill goes up for YGG. Shadow beginning with some farming. Let's check the chat for just a moment to make sure that everyone can hear us. Hey Fireball, glad you were able to make it. So it seems that Shadow caught up with IGG on the villager pop. It was probably because of Loom. Pretty far away. Okay. Thought they were going to start chopping wood there, but they're going to do some mining. Some pretty early mining. Shadow building the barracks. IGG hitting Feudal with 23 villager pop. Shadow right behind him. Oh, this is one way to set up your town. Just block off the entrance completely. YGG unsuccessfully builds a watchtower. Seems pretty far away to be effective at this point. It's going to have to build a few more of those before anything happens. That might be a little bit more successful there. Potentially. Going for that tower rush. Shadow not really liking that tower. But he's still going for the attack here. I think YGG will like these skirms less than Shadow likes this watchtower that's probably going to go down. But there is a second watchtower, so distracting the villager population right now. Shadow bringing a wolf to YGG's town. Fortunately, he kills it for his opponent too. Going to knock off a few villagers here, it seems. Possibly. Getting confused with that. Doing a little bit of damage here, knocking off one villager. Staying right outside the town center range. Doesn't appear that YGG has a second lumber camp, so this is pretty devastating to his economy. Let's go check in on what's going on over here inside Shadowland. Several towers in the area. Pretty sneaky. But will the towers be enough to hurt Shadow's economy? That's the question. If the villagers do not go and attack this tower over here, it could hurt Shadow's economy. Shadow is clearly ahead in population, though, at the moment. Let's go check out the comments section for a second. Fireball is skydiving. Oh, looking at his phone. Concentrate on skydiving. Fireball. You don't get to do that very often, I would imagine. You can check out the stream later tonight or something. Shadow has amassed quite a large army at this point. But YGG has more kills because of the towers. Shadow may be in trouble here. gone down to 14 civilians. Towers are just really overwhelming him. What a strange game. Shadow has to keep these skirms alive to really hurt YGG's economy. Because he's not going to be able to produce very many. Who knows how many he'll be able to produce when his economy is like this. He's completely under attack. If these towers get out of control. Very strange. Down to 3 villagers for Shadow. "30 minutes into the game at this point. Shadow sniping off villagers more frequently at this point. YGG able to make it to Castle Age. Shadow only has 1 villager remaining. Let's check out the chat, see what you guys have to say. Hello, Night Panda. Hope you're doing well today. So 0 villagers remaining for Shadow. So what to do when both players don't have any villagers left and no resources? That is the question. What do we do at that point? We'll have to watch until the town centers destroy every single one of these buildings. It seems that YGG is still able to get some economy working, though. It's building a second. Well, I thought this was a TC, but this is a siege workshop, which probably was not the best move, but. Needs to garrison some knights, and a lot of them. Take care of those archers first, and maybe go for the skirms afterwards. It's kind of preoccupied at the moment, though. Ooh, that looks like it hurt. Going for Mangonel. That could be pretty deadly for those against those archers. The archers are running away. Cowering. Running for life. Oh! That took out a lot of guys right there. Now they're running home. Scout might be coming in to take care of the... No, not gonna go for it. He was going to go for the mangonel there, but did not. So that was a good shot by YGG. Ooh, ouch. Oh, really killing them now. Oh, it's looking over. That really did a number right there. Ow. This one mangonel is the MVP of the game. Just incredible how much damage one unit can do. See what you guys think. This is looking over. Yeah. Ooh. Skirmishers are running home. I don't know if it's a safer place to be, though. One skirmisher left. Now would be a good time for... There we go. Shadow just resigned. Okay. Very interesting match. Alright. Let's update the score. And move on to the 2v2. So in 2v2 combat, there will be 2 shadows with Vikings. And there will be 2 YGGs, one that plays team random and one that plays random. Game number 2. Okay, Vikings and Vikings, and then team random and random. There we go. Let's go ahead and see if you guys have any comments. Okay, we have to increase our map size to 4 players. Everything else should be okay. Team random, random. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. Will Shadow be able to make a recovery? I know Fireball wants to see a recovery. I was not expecting that inside the first match. It was fairly surprising to me. But it was a good match on both players' parts. Hopefully you can hear me well enough and the game sound or the music. I have it turned up, but I don't know if you guys can really hear it or not. Both shadows have their mills up. Yellow does not, and green does not. So second game, what will happen? So YGG is playing Goths up here. Let's see if you guys have any comments. Nothing right now. Mill going up for green. Yellow's already got their mill up at this time. Pretty far away boar lure over there. Shadow doing a good job with his boars down here. Got them pretty close. YGG going for some farms up here. 2 farms of each. In fact, Shadow has the exact same number. So seems pretty even at this point. Shadow focusing completely on wood, left this one deer to rot over here. He's going for the second deer, which is mildly confusing. Is the other deer too far away? Who knows at this point. Oh. Looks like Green was attacked by quite a few number of wolves right there. Looks like they're going to try the same trick here. They weren't very sneaky on that first tower. Red villagers knew what was coming. Wow, look at all those wolves. One or two villagers might get killed here, potentially. Look at how many wolves there are. There's 4 wolves. Wolves are thinking these guys are tasty. Shadow might not be the guy that you're looking for, YGG. It might be those wolves. I have to kill those guys first. Shadow not liking the towers again. YGG doesn't seem afraid about losing a couple of villagers to get these towers up. towers are most important. If you're part of YGG's side, if you're a villager in his town, you're expendable. Let's take a moment to view the chat. No one has said anything right now. Back to the game. So Shadow is a little bit higher in score right now. Seems that YGG is having a little bit of a tougher time with this game than the first game. Not as many towers are going up, which seems to be his main focus. He's kind of slacking on his towers. I expect that Shadow will probably go up in the castle here fairly soon. So after we complete these 3 games, we'll move on to the other game, which will be between Morgan and her opponent, Unfairest Eel. Fairest Eel was one of the older scripters around AI Scripters Forum around 10 years ago. Pretty enthusiastic about scripting back then. Pretty active around the forum. As I think Leaf mentioned the other day on the Discord channel, he's the creator of, I believe, Juggernaut, which is a fairly powerful AI. Not one to be taken lightly. So Shadow coming in with the skirms and the archers at this point. It's looking pretty bad for YGG. This game went the opposite of last. I think we can probably call it after these last few villagers get picked off. The population is just too different at this point. Shadow hits Castle Age. It's pretty much turned into a desperate situation for YGG to come back. You see elite skirmishers come in here. We'll know what's up. There they are. Yeah. Alright. I think that's game. How many villagers does green have? He has 4. Yeah, I think we can call it. Let's go ahead and call it. So good job to Shadow. Game 3 it is. Let's update the score. In our 3 versus 3 match, we will have 3 Vikings for Shadow versus YGG having team random and 2 randoms. Okay. Okay. Shadow. This is a 6-player game. And there will be random. No, I've got this mixed up. It's team random and 2 randoms. There we go. That looks better. Let's get started. Teams. Looks good. Alright. Oh. Natural wonders. Mixed up my typing there. I typed in the AoE 1 cheat of no fog instead of polo. Sometimes my brain works on the A of B1 level. Okay, so we've got Shadow, and Shadow versus our friends YGG, and YGG. Pink playing Pocket and Blue playing Pocket. So one game each has been won so far. We are in our third game of the set. I doubt very many individuals expected YGG to have a win over Shadow. Maybe I'm incorrect about that, but I imagine that would be very slightly surprising. YGG will probably have to build more towers this time if he hopes to win. Do what it did inside the first match and not the second match. Or the second game. Sorry. Okay. So, let's see what civs we're playing. So, yellow is Vikings. Then, cyan is playing mines. Then, pink is playing Spanish. So this was a pretty good board war here. War. got it right underneath the TC. Fairly close at least. Scores are very close. It's early game yet though. Let's see what you guys have to say. Hey Marathon, I'm glad that you're able to join. Happy to see that you're here. So red and green shadow Shadows have advanced into feudal age. Blue is slacking off. So everyone except for Blue is okay, so he's just made it. So Red is already going for the attack here. He's not leaving anything to chance. He's just going for it. Cyan has a couple of towers. Kind of baiting the villager to come out and go for him. And Watchtower is doing a little bit of damage. Whoa! The boar went for it there. IGG seemed pretty confused as to what was going on. Let's go check out green attacking yellow YGG. So Pink has actually gone into Castle Age here. Starting to pump out the knights. Check out the comments section. Knights are going for the attack. This might hurt, possibly. Which shadow will we go for is the question. Green Shadow is not inside Castle Age yet, so this could hurt. He's not ready for a Castle Age attack. This could hurt. Of course, Red Cyan and Red Shadow and Blue Shadow double teaming Cyan are they're tearing things up over here. Looks like this might turn into a 2v2. Possibly. Yellow YGG is having a little bit of trouble as well. Might turn into a 2v1, which would not be optimal for YGG. Green still has plenty of villagers at this point. Doesn't seem to be worried about what's going on inside his town center. Red and blue are rampaging through Pink's base. This is looking like it could be devastating towards YGG. Scores are pretty different at this point. Shadow is very far ahead. Green is taking it for his team, but Pink's not doing enough damage to be of any use. The number of villagers for each team is vastly different. Almost 3 times as many for Shadow compared to YGG. Let's see what you guys have to say. Nothing going on right now. So after this fight, we have the 4v4 gone, and then we'll go on to our second match. We'll play 4 games there, and then we'll call it for today. Villager count for yellow is nothing, almost. 6 for pink. And 30 for cyan. Which he's still inside feudal age. So it seems a near impossibility that he could ever recover from something like this, but we have seen near impossibilities on this channel before. Shadows are refusing to take down the TCs for some reason. Just refuses to kind of take them out. This one's finally going to go down. Maybe. YGG might need some better resign rules, maybe. Potentially. So, Cyan has resigned. Yellow has 0 villagers. And pink only has 13. Second YGG has resigned. Well, we might as well see the slaughter here. We've stuck around until this point. Do we think that Shadow has enough knights coming in? I think he might need a few more knights. TC, of course, goes down rapidly. And there we have it. Let's check out these statistics. So we have a 4v4 coming up here, and then we will watch the Morgan battle it out. Hello, Rondi. Hope you're doing well today. Hope your AI is coming along well. So we can see you in Davis Cup 7. Alright. So let's update the score. Shadow did a good job there. I'm sure that Fireball is happy. And let's proceed to set up the last match between these two competitors. Alright, and then YGG, 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 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2s. Okay. So YGG in a 4v4 fight will be playing team random plus 3 randoms. Oop. There we have it. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 8 players, and let's get started. So I'm always teasing with Fireball that I'm going to switch Shadow with the default AI CD AI sometime, but that would be kind of funny. But we haven't done it yet. Sometime during April Fools we'll have to do it. We'll have to pull that prank on them. So 4v4 fight here. The last match between YGG and Shadow. Davis Cup has been an interesting competition so far, seeing all the AIs come together again during the major competition of the year. The largest competition, certainly, for AIs in Age of Empires 2. So let's check out our competitors. So we've got red, blue, green, and oh, my eyes work against me again. Red, blue, and green and yellow Shadows versus the YGG teammates. So pink is playing Brenz. This YGG Cyan is playing Vikings. And then we've got an Aztec and we've got a Chinese for the other two players. The question is whether YGG will be able to come back with a second win. He has to play matches like his first game, not like his second or third. Will the two flank players be able to hold off the Wrath of Shadow? Who knows what evil lurks inside the hearts of AIs, specifically Shadow, a reference to the old Shadow comic right there. I don't know how many of you actually read comics, but so Red Shadow, pocket player. Looks like he's has 2 lumber camps, so working hard on that. But probably would have been best to have the second lumber camp maybe on this wood pile over here rather than over here. These 2 lumber camps seem really fairly close. But it seems like Shadow kind of does that on purpose. Puts two lumber camps really close together. However, this version of Shadow over here, his lumber camps are probably put out on a better position in 2 different wood piles. So I guess it just depends on what he thinks is best at that time. Seems like Green Shadow is struggling a little bit more. There's a lot of desert surrounding his base. But he does have this awesome pond right here. Who wouldn't like to have their base right next to a nice looking pond like that? Okay. No AI is going fishing, of course. They're too professional to do that. Yellow going for the attack. Seems like Pink was unprepared for the early attack that came. The one brave villager left. Fortunately, he goes down, but their sacrifice was not in vain because YGG got a couple towers up in the meantime. Pretty good defense that he has going right there. Let's check out the other YGG over here. Let's pause for a moment and check the comments section. So Shadow Blue and Shadow Red both arrive in Castle Age at the same time. Orange, as well as inside Castle. All Castle Age players are our pocket players. Pocket cyans aren't providing much support at this point. Oh, look, we get to see some fishing. How nice. And I don't think we get to see any of that today. We caught you, YGG. Fishing over here. You see these sneaky guys too. Trying to get some extra food. Build an extra farm, darn it.
Food, please.
IGG begging for some food. I don't know about you guys, but do you think that the camel legs look kind of funny? The way they move? Kind of makes me laugh a little bit. They almost look happy. Happy camels. Happy camels might become the dead camels if they continue to attack the way they are. They are kind of chasing Shadow back to his base. Shadow is all about wrecking the opponent's economy. Again, is completely avoiding the TC. Basically leaves a completely bare economy. Meaning if 30 new villagers popped in, it'd be totally workable. But he's picking off the villagers. Which is pretty effective. IGG appears to be suffering at this point. The only player left really standing is Pink. Let's take a break and look at the comments section again. Nothing going on in there. So it's pretty clear who's going to win this match at this point. I don't see how White GG could come back from this point. His economies are completely in shatters. So Pink has resigned. Close to the end of this game. So I think we can probably call it at this point. The only remaining player is... Oh, we got Castle. I don't know. Should we wait until the castle falls, or should we? No. Okay, they asked for it. They took out those knights. See them take out all these knights. But we really want to see that castle go down. Okay, there we have it.